Once upon a time, there was a man with a gun. The gun would go on his left side and he never would put it on his right side because he never trusted anybody with anything pleasant to say about him. He always had a itchy trigger finger to handle anything that lingers. So he lives his day the best way he can. He waits for the one person that wants to commit the sin against anything that resides in anything that he loves, from the sky above or below on the ground. He's the man that has a smile, not a frown. He's alive, awake, aware of everything that is near. He always is looking for a fight. The fight that he always looking for is never a great fight, is never a right fight, but he does what he has to do to survive each day. This man could be anybody on any day, but he is himself. This man has no real reflection of anything that would cause an eruption, but he listens to the world as it comes somewhat in a corruption. So he walks one crack at a time on the pavement that he sees before him. At the drop of a dime, he listens for one sound, and when that sound hits the ground, he pulls out his gun and he shoots towards the sun. He is blinded by what he sees, but he doesn't know that it's just a breeze, so the bullet comes back down to the ground and it falls into his foot, and he has a frown, bloody. And each footstep that he makes, he leaves a trail, and he doesn't know if he's going to prevail. The life that he's led before this rare tragedy has him living in a world that is not to be seen. Him being alive, blind, and not so literate makes him a prone target to anybody that is relevant or irrelevant. So, him walking with this limp, this bloody foot, one day at a time, he doesn't understand that this is a place that he may lose his life. His life is full of pain, agony, blinded by all the torment that he's ever had in his life. He is alive, but he does not know how to strive. He just knows how to shoot his gun, and since he shot his gun at the sun, it fell right down in his foot, and now he is broken, almost crippled to the point that he's at his knees. People see him, little kids sneeze, everybody's asking him, does he need to go to a hospital? He has nothing to say. He says he doesn't want anybody to touch him in any way, in his mind that is, because on the outside he's just crying in agony. They look at him, they pick him off the floor, or concrete as you would say, and they say that, well, he never said he was in pain on any day, but we saw the blood, the trail run down the pavement, so we know that he's going through more than he's saying. So they place him in a hospital and he stays there for a long time. They amputate his foot and he can't even rhyme. He walks around on one foot, hobbled on one side, no gun in proximity, no pain he can hide. So this is one day that he doesn't understand. He has his bills paid and he feels less than a man. How can he ever strive to be so much more if he doesn't understand how the world works in this little detour? His mind is focused on something that it should not be. He is the person that is alive, but he doesn't know about his legacy. He doesn't know who he is. He never saw his skin because he was blind as a child in the skin that he resides in. Where will he go and what will he do? He has no clue, but he is trying to live the life that he thought that he could without any clues. So a girl sees him in the window of this building that happens to be a hospital, and she comes in, asks for the man that is in that window that she saw before. They come out on the outside, see where she's pointing, take him up to where he's at. She looks at him and says, Dad, Dad, why? Why did you not call me in time? Why did you not say that you couldn't rhyme? Why did you say that you lost your foot? Why didn't you tell me you was blind just by one look? He thinks to himself and he doesn't know what to say because he is a man that is half crazy. He has a slight amnesia in the way that he approaches life. He doesn't remember that he actually has a wife, a life beyond something that he cannot approach or understand. But now he understands that he has to be a man, standing on one foot with his daughter holding his hand. He stands like a man and finally understands that he understands nothing, but he needs massive help. And he is a man that felt and dealt pain for a long time. They tell him stories over wine and caviar, and he tries to understand why was he a star. He was a miserable man before anything that he could remember, but this is not December. It is not anything that he wants to even fathom, but he wants to be better than he's ever been. So he tries to go and get all the sin out of himself by saying what he knows to people that he thinks that knows a higher being. He doesn't know himself. He doesn't know what to do, but he does have the clues to understand how to use the tools of knowledge that he may have learned when he was in college. All before, he thought he was a Westerner just with a gun, and he shot his gun up to the sun, and the revenge and the karma spend all in one. He doesn't understand the weight of the ton of anguish and bitterness that have led him to be this way. He is a man that is near you in proximity to anything that you have ever seen before, but he doesn't know you because he doesn't know himself near anyone's door. He never saw, he never thought that he could ever be more, but that is in his amnesia because he's done things before. Did he commit a crime? He doesn't know. Did he do things that people would hold against him over time? He doesn't know, but he does know he can change from what he is to what he will be. He knows that there is a sea. He touched the water, the fragments of sand. He is alive. He is a man. He knows this by touching himself left and right, not in a sexual way, but in a way to incite sight. So he does what he has to do on every day, no matter if his body feels like it's in misery. He understands that life is a mystery. He will prevail and he will excel.